Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm going to remove the screen so you can see our faces. Thank you for joining us again for another session of Office Hours. I have Omar and Eric with me again as well. As we always start this out, we'd love to hear where you are tuning in from. So if you want to put in the chat where you're tuning in from, I also love to hear just a little bit more about your businesses and what you use Leadpages for, or if you're brand new to Leadpages and just checking us out. So thank you all for joining us. We have a good one today. We're going to talk all about optimization. So if there's a feature that you're thinking in your mind, Baja, Mexico, I bet it's beautiful. If you have a feature in your mind, go ahead and put it in the chat as well. We'll try to get to it. But yeah, we'll just give like 30 seconds for people to pile in and hear where they're all from.
I think I'm seeing repeat viewers coming to Office Hours. There's this familiar names popping up from previous weeks. It's awesome to see.
I'm glad you're finding it valuable. Oh, very cool. Los Angeles, Philly, Virginia, Minneapolis, where I'm also located. Baja, Mexico. You're ready. Perfect. We were just talking about weather before we got on here, but Cheryl, I bet your weather is beautiful right now. It's rainy here in Minnesota and it's a little hot in the UK, where Omar is.
A little hot is an understatement. Anyone in Europe facing the current heat wave? Let's try to put together on this call.
Yeah, I shouldn't complain about rain when you have a heat wave. All right, well, I think we can get started then. I'm going to pass the mic to Eric, and he's going to go over some of the new updates and then kind of go into our optimization tools. But again, if you have questions, stop us. We want this to be interactive. We want to cover what you want to see, so don't be shy inside the comments.
Cool. Yeah, thank you, Stacy. And welcome back to folks that were here. One of the things that I like to do at the beginning of this is to kind of kick off by letting you know, since the last time that we talked, what we've been working on, what we've released, what we've improved. The couple of things that I wanted to drop some hints at are things that we're working on behind the scenes that we're really excited for, that you can expect very soon. One of them, I think, likely early next week. Last time that we talked about ads in our ad builder, which is currently in beta. And I'm just going to silence my computer here so that I'm not getting dinged. So we talked about ads, and the thing that we're adding to the ad builder that will come out next week is video. So you'll not only be able to create static ads, but you'll be able to also create video ads within that ad builder. And we're really excited about what's happening there. And Omar and his team are working on sort of the UI UX of storyboarding your video and being able to edit that experience. So next time that we're together, we can likely show that off, but that will be coming to you in beta likely next week. The other thing that we're really excited about that we're working on that I think we teased last time is funnels. And so the ability to create and see visually your complete funnel. So that would be like your pages and how they're connected to your ads in Google and in Meta and in TikTok, et cetera. And also how they relate to the ad that you've created inside of Leadpages. And you can also do offline tracking as well. So excited for that product as well. That is also getting very close to being demoable to you all. So those are the two large things that we're working on in the background. And while we've been at work on those, we also released a few improvements. So I'm gonna share my screen here. Cool. Gonna bring this to the stage. Awesome. So one of the things I wanted to call out that you'll see in the creation flow is somewhat of a new experience. I'm just going to kick off a build here. So I just say this page is for a local Minneapolis coffee shop. One of the things we've been working on is this flow right here. Obviously, it's one of the main pieces of our product, and what we've noticed is that we ourselves want a little bit more control over what happens within that generation. So rather than just creating the page and just saying, okay, here it is, we want to give you the ability to kind of guide the AI while it thinks and while it is creating for you. And so props to Omar and the team for putting this UI together. Really beautiful way of saying, hey, do you want us to just decide like we did before? Or would you like to choose one of these sort of first kind of tones or styles before we continue? So we've got warmth and trust. We've got modern minimalist, bold, local craft. I'm going to go with bold. And then you can click next, you go to creativity. And then there's also this really great creativity level now that you can also select. So before you jump in and before you create that page, we are giving you a creativity slider that allows you to see a preview of what that page in general, sort of from a high level in a more abstract way. What do you kind of want it to look like? Do you want it to be expressive? Do you want it to get really wild with animations and different fonts, etc.? Do you want to play it more balanced, or do you want to play it safe and really straightforward, that kind of straightforward landing page? Based on your brand and based on on what you're selling, you might want to choose a different type of creativity level. So great improvement there to the page creation. Something that I've been working on myself is a product that we have had in the classic Leadpages environment, and we are going to bring standalone pop-ups to the new Leadpages. So what this looks like is very similar creation. So if I choose a prompt from below here, a newsletter or an exit intent or a welcome offer, I can just describe my business. Again, I can say it's a Minneapolis local coffee shop. You're going to go through that same type of creation flow. This flow is much more straightforward because all we're creating is a singular pop-up for you. But the cool thing is that we're creating a pop-up for you that can be taken anywhere. So if you have experienced classic Leadpages, we had this and it was a fan favorite. And so we're bringing it to you now here. And we're bringing in some more added functionality. So the pop-up here is something that you can put on any type of asset. So you could bring this if you have a website somewhere else other than Leadpages, you have a blog somewhere where you can embed code, you can absolutely do that and bring this pop-up there. Some of the features that we've added are you can have the pop-up show up after a delay of X number of seconds. We, in the classic environment, had exit intent. So that means if a visitor went towards the X or towards the top of their browser to close out of the window, then the pop-up would show. And then the new one that we are introducing is after scrolling. So we can actually control when the pop-up shows up, and you can choose to set a percentage of the page that you would like them to scroll before you show that pop-up. So maybe it's 50%, maybe it's 75%. So lots of cool things there. You can actually now adjust the overlay. You weren't able to do this in our old pop-ups. So you can do a lot more customization there. Same with the layout. If you wanted to add some padding or add margins to make that pop up a little bit larger, etc. You can do that. The border radius, you can make it more curved, etc. So lots of added functionality there in the way of pop-ups. So that is coming as well. The other thing I wanted to call out was some site settings. We previously, when editing a site, you would click in and you'd see a large sort of a large header above sites, and now your settings are just located in this settings menu area. So your site name, your slug, your description, your favicon, how it shows up in search, etc. So lots of great improvements there in that small menu. The other thing that we've cleaned up as well is analytics. So filtering by your experiments, by your AEO. I know we talked about this in a recent office hours, but we're really leaning into making sure that we do the best for you to make sure that your brand shows up as best it can inside of LLMs and inside of folks searching within an AI provider. And so we have that as well inside of the platform with some improvement scores, some suggestions of how you could improve your score, how you could improve your visibility inside of AI providers. On the optimization side of things, I wanted to show off sort of the different improvements that we've made to optimization, and also give some insight into what optimization looks like inside of the new Leadpages. I created a page for us so that we don't have to sit through the generation here, but optimization is really the bread and butter of Leadpages. It's where we think we belong, and it's where we want you to belong as well. We want you to feel like we are not just a page creator, but a page optimizer. And so what that means is that after creating a page, we want to continuously make your page better. We want to get you more leads. We want to get you more sales, etc. And one of the ways that you can do that is you can do it by using the optimize tooling. Down in the bottom of the toolbar is optimize. When you are clicking on it for the first time, this is what you'll see, that you should pick your conversion goal. Many of you, I would guess, are going to choose form submission. You'll probably have a form on your page. If you don't, then you won't see this form detected. You'll just see button clicks or offsite events. So even if you just are going to use this page to go to, let's say, Stripe checkout or PayPal, etc., you could still use the optimization tooling, and you would just set your conversion goal as the button click, that click that takes them to that other spot. I'm going to choose form submission because at the bottom of my page, I have my form submission. This is just a test page here for a nice getaway in the Northwoods of Minnesota. If I choose form submission as my conversion goal, I'm going to save it. And then we're going to review the page. So the optimized tooling has changed a little bit since the very, very early days, which are early days, but only like a few months ago at the new Leadpages. The optimized tooling has gotten a lot smarter and a lot better as far as how we use it and how we understand it. And so what we're doing here is we're running a review of the page, and we're going to give it a score, and we're going to also provide some recommendations of things that we would recommend to improve the optimization. So here we got a B, and we can take a look at what types of things it's calling out. Form friction. One thing that I noticed right away is like, oh yeah, the form is like a little bit long, right? So here I'm guessing that it might think, can you get the form down to something smaller? Mobile, as well as quotable content. So giving those testimonials and making sure that there's that content behind what you're selling. That's an AEO play. Anytime that the LLMs are looking at your brand, they're looking at the page and looking at your brand and trying to ensure trust and trying to ensure that you have a reputation for what you sell and what you do. So that's why it's calling out structured data and quotable content. I'm going to go down these top opportunities before we talk about auto optimization, but as you can see, there's some that are flagged for AEO. There's some that are flagged for A/B testing that we would recommend. All of these can be tested by themselves, right, as a singular test if you wanted. The auto optimization feature, which is on our scale tier, that really is the set it and forget it type of tooling. It's the we will optimize for you. You come in and you can be the admin of your pages. So if I turn this on, what this is going to do is it's telling me always on optimization is starting. And if I go into experiments where this little guy is showing up, it's actually creating variants for me in the background. So now it's creating variants based on my original page, and it will adjust traffic to the winning variant based on what it's seeing. And so 24 hours always on optimization for you, that's constantly sending traffic to what is converting for them. If I want to take a look at one of them, I can just click on the variant and I can see, oh yeah, we changed the hero here for the split test. One thing to note about always on optimization, if it's a little bit like scary to let the reins go, we will not change the AI will not change the content of the page. So for example, this getaway in Northwoods of Minnesota on September 26th to 28th, we won't be changing that to a new date, or we won't be changing it to a new place, or we won't be changing it outside of the scope of what it's selling. We'll be changing the text and the copy to manipulate the visitors that come to the page and see if maybe a stronger call to action or a stronger hero section can bring them in and can entice them to opt in. So that's what's happening in the background there. And always at any time you can pause the test, you can turn off auto optimization, and you can run a split test on your own as well. So I'm going to show you that here for a sec. So if I pause this, I can see that always on optimization was just paused. I've still got my form submission as my goal. I've got my current page as my control, and then I can add a variant manually. So if I want to duplicate the exact same page as my variant, I can do that. I can use another page that I've already created inside of Leadpages. So if you already have another page that's similar and you want to run the two side by side in an A/B test, you can do that. So I'm just going to click duplicate and edit here. So if I go to the manually edited variant, I can manually, again, test and edit any of the variants here within my split test. The other thing that is really cool is the personalize section in auto optimization. So when you come to personalize, depending on how much traffic you've gotten to this page, I've just created this page, so I don't have these audiences showing up, but we will start to look at the traffic and start to put them into an audience based on the visitor enrichment data that we have on that visitor. And so we'll start to put together an audience for you, and then you can actually run auto personalization in the optimization as well. So that means that when a visitor comes to the page, it is personalized to them based on who they are and based on the information that we have on them, which is also, again, all in the name of getting more leads, getting more sales, and tailoring the page to them. That's really where we win. The last thing that I wanted to touch on in Optimize is DTR. So dynamic text replacement has always been something that in the marketing world has been used for a long time. This is still an option within Leadpages. So if you want to do dynamic text replacement and you want to specifically call out a piece of text on the page that you want to manipulate, you can absolutely do that as well. And then we give you that URL for you to put out in your ads or wherever you're promoting your page. So if you wanted to specifically change the headline of a page for specifically Facebook traffic, and you wanted to take that ad out and send traffic to that page with that specific URL or specific text in your hero that you've changed, you can absolutely do that with dynamic text replacement. So that's another option for you, as always, within the platform if you'd like. I will pause for a sec. Is there anything coming in, Stacy? Any questions that we have?
There has, less about the optimization, so it might take you kind of out of it, but there was a question about, let me go back up, about page creation. They want to know if it's possible with website creation, because I've used it for pages, but they wanted to know about websites.
Yeah, totally. Let's take a look at that while we're in here. So is the question more so just like on creation with websites?
Yes, the exact.
Cool.
I'll just put the question up here so you can see.
Totally. Yeah. So when creating a site inside of Leadpages, what you're really building is you're building your site page by page. And so if I come in and I'm just going to create a brand new site, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to start with your homepage. So that's where we kick off that starting creation. You can also start from a landing page that you have. So in this bottom left corner of the creation box, you can absolutely add pages to an existing site if you'd like. You can create pages for an existing site here, and then you can create new assets here. So here, if I'm starting a brand new website, I'm going to be starting with the homepage, of course. If I choose, let's say, a site that I already have created, I can choose that site, and then I can describe the type of page that I want to create for that site that I already have created. So the nice thing that makes this cohesive and also very streamlined is you're working page by page, but they're connected by that site overall. And once you have them in your site, I'm just going to open this one here to show what that looks like. What you can do is you can create pages within there. You can create variants within the site. And here I've got my home page, but I can add another page. I can add an existing page that I already have created, or I can start with a blank new page as well. And I can start to prompt from there. So really the world's your oyster as far as creating pages within the site. What we won't do, and this is both for credit usage and also for sort of like context, is instead of building out the entire site and all of the pages all at once without knowing exactly what pages you'd like created, we're starting with that home page. So that's the linear progression to building out a site in the new platform.
There was another question as well, taking you back into pop-ups.
Yeah.
Jason wants to know if we can use a specific pop-up on WordPress pages and how you would do this.
Totally. Yeah. So if I, let's say I come into publish my pop-up, you'll see you get this embed code, and you're just going to copy that embed code, and you're just going to bring it over to the code element inside of WordPress. Drop a code element, or I think they call them blocks, code block or code element, and you put that on your page. Put this code in there, and that pop-up's going to show up for your visitors on that page. The other place that you can put it is you always have the option to put it like in your header or footers inside of the site as well. Really, any place that allows you to place free embeddable code, you can bring your pop-up over there.
Great. There's some GDPR questions, but I'm going to handle that one off this call.
Okay, cool. Yeah, as always, happy to take feedback or to flag any questions that you might have, or take in any questions that you have. I'll drop my email in the chat, and I'll hand it over to Omar.
Hey everyone. I think in the beginning we mentioned that we're working on video ads, specifically the storyboard direction of generating video ads. We've actually got something to show and tease today. Eric, are you okay with that? Perfect.
Let's go.
That nod says enough. So let's dive into it. It's pretty exciting. And early look, you get the reins like early feedback too. And so would love to hear your thoughts on this, but let me go ahead and share my screen. There we go. It's actually in the process of generating this. This is currently in my account. I've got access to it. And so the way this works is same process as you would normally expect when you're creating a ad. I'll just show you sort of what you would expect once this is live, aiming to be next week. But essentially you will have, oh, thanks for that, Stacey. You will essentially have, where is that gone? Yeah, in ads, you'll have a video toggle over here, and you can choose the model. You'll start to see these models narrow down, because we're actually doing a lot of benchmarking to figure out the best combination of models, and we'll probably go with one model, one winner. And the winner, so the model will essentially help you not just generate video, but also generate audio too. So it's going to be pretty powerful. You can actually create UCG content very soon, which is going to be incredible. And we've already had some successful results. Instead of going through the generation process, it's a little bit slow. We're optimizing that. I'll show you one that I'm working on right now. Very simple prompt. It also included an image. If I can show you that image too. The image is this one right here. So nice little smart glasses. Oh, I don't know if you can see it actually. That's okay. I'm on one window, but it's essentially this product that you see here, the smart glasses. And so a couple of things. The agent will pull the image and create a variety of different concepts. Some of them being product focused, and some just being like a play on messaging. You can see over here, like there's no product call out here at all. The mouse is obsolete because smart glasses essentially is going to be the future of computing. That's the idea. And then you have like lifestyle shots. None of these shots, all these shots were inferred from the product. And if you have a big enough image of this product, you will notice that these color sort of representations of it is pretty accurate to the product I actually uploaded. We'll go with one of these. Like this one's pretty cool. It's got a nice little lifestyle kind of look to it. And we'll hit generate. Hopefully it generates. We had some issues earlier because the engineering team are constantly updating this. So let's see if we can get this going. And while that's running, let's show you some successful results we had before. So this is a generation. for a little floating spa.
Whoa.
So that's the type of fidelity and control and video output you can get. And all this takes is giving the right reference. You might be running a brick and mortar type business, perhaps an experience, a local experience. You can take photos of what that experience looks like, whether it's a specific location, people enjoying that experience, and then plugging it into the model will then turn that into a video, essentially. And so, yeah, and if you give it enough content and data, stills, then it could also start to put a story together, as you can see. So this was all derived from, I think, 1 or 2 shots that was provided to the AI, and the agent was able to understand sort of the environment that it was that it would create and craft into these video shots. Again, super accurate representation. Here's another sort of way of creating these ads. This is sort of what we call a video background ad, which is just what you're used to as far as the stills that you already have. The only difference is you now have a video layer at the background and some content, and the video would just simply loop, right? Whereas this option is slightly different, where you get more control in terms of what you're generating. And in here, you have individual stills that then plug into the final output. And essentially a storyboard, right? So you can craft these individual shots, give each of these shots context in terms of what you want that shot to look like in the video version. And that's what these prompts are over here. You can see over here, gentle parallax drift, slow push in towards the steam curling off the deck. So these are descriptions that describe the shot. And once you're ready to go, it will generate those clips and tie them all together into the final video, which is pretty powerful, right? We're just really excited to see this now layer in audio as well. You start to see lip syncing and people promoting your products and things like that, which is really exciting. And the video models have really come ahead in the last couple of months. So, you're no longer getting Will Smith with messy spaghetti. Like this is we're way past those days.
Yeah, these are looking really, really great.
Right. And so just to give you kind of an idea of like what the editing experience looks like, you have, when you're editing these, you'll go into the edit mode. You can add scenes. You can tell the agent what you want the scene to be, give it more context. Again, photos, stills always helps that context. Or describe it, and even describing it will sort of just tell the agent what to generate from the past context. And then you can start to wire in some prompts. The agent will do this for you as far as like creating the story. You can see there's various parts of the story. If I go to another ad, this will actually make more sense. Let me go to this one, for example. This really crafted the story of an opening hook, product and context, and then the hero reveal, sort of the agent's interpretation of the product. And then the final kind of compilation is this. So again, with these story-driven ads, the power in this is that you're getting lots of variation in the sort of the storytelling. Is you get a wide shot, a close-up, and then you get sort of an epic hero potentially. Yeah. And what we won't show today, just again to tease what will be coming up soon, is motion ads too, which is a little bit different from this. I think we already have it. I don't know if it's live in production, but what we do have is the ability to animate these manually. Oh wait, actually it's not live in production, my bad. But yeah, very soon you'll see the tooling will be there to animate elements like text and buttons soon in a different tab where you can give it different animation properties. But of course, you can ask the agent to apply those for you, and it'll come up with a cohesive way of applying the best sort of animations for you and output a motion. So soon to come. I won't say more on that. You will save that for a future demo. But that is pretty much, let's go back to that generation actually. Where are we at with that one? Oh, okay. So that's the storyboard it's created. So remember how we picked specific visual, which is the glance reveal was the concept we're going for. It's now crafted the story. So we got the hook, build, and payoff is sort of the interpretation of this. And it tells you what credits. Again, token usage on video is across the board, a bit higher than you'd expect for like page generation, editing, that sort of thing. So just something to be mindful of. But again, ROI always measures up, right? You're generating video ads. You're, of course, be very intentful of what you're trying to generate, give the agent as much information possible. And before you're ready, you can always see what that cost would look like, and you can go ahead and take it forwards. On our side, the engineering team are always looking for ways to optimize this, of course, to make it more efficient and reduce the token usage. So wait for this. It might take a bit of a moment. I don't know if there's anything else to show you in here other than, yeah, so you can edit the individual. Oh, yeah, drag and drop. So one cool thing is that as you're crafting these storyboards, you can switch the story order. So if you have any reason you have a scene and you felt that scene needed to go a bit early in the storyline, then you can do that. And you can simply drag and drop it, hit generate, and you're off to the races again. Use preview as much as you can. I think preview gives you a good kind of visualization of what the ad looks typically. And this is not playing at the moment, but I think, oh, there we go. Got the play button, but yeah, that's for some reason not playing at this stage. Oh, I think it's just loading up. Let's see if this works. No, not yet. And, oh, there we go. So that's the final video that we've generated. Some nice product shots. Let's open it in the editor. Super cool. There we go. So it's done a couple of things for us. It's taken and crafted what we spoke about earlier is this ad with a call to action and text with the video looped in the background. Perfect for kind of video, product content. And so if you didn't necessarily want to have just full video and have some information layered on with that, you can use these. And then going down to this, you can see just the raw ad as well. And this is where you get to control what that looks like by going through the steps I mentioned. So yeah, super cool. All right, I'll leave it there.
Jen said, wow, she needs to watch it again. Jen, is there like a use case that you want us to showcase if Omar is comfortable doing another use case?
I mean, yeah, shoot off any ideas. We'll take it for a spin. One cool thing I did want to say, just like with any generation, you can get some incredible results, and sometimes some results might need a bit of tweaking and adjustment. And the way we built this is to give you that control as well. So like, obviously video gives you, it's not like Pages where you can actually manually edit and get that control back. This is a final output. And so the best way to get that control back is by going into the story. This is why we actually built this out in a storyboard, is that these individual clips, some of these clips are very successful. Like I love this one and this shot over here, but maybe this one, like the I don't know what you call this part of your glasses, but the earpiece, I guess, it doesn't really look that realistic. It's a bit short, right? And so the way you would do that is to simply go to edit, and you can add a variation of the scene, or you can hit regenerate too. And that would simply take you back to the agent, and you can regenerate that one shot, just being more mindful about your credits and lowering the credit consumption instead of like generating the whole ad in a one shot. So that's super neat. I thought is a way to get that control. And yeah, would love your feedback on that. If you have any ideas of how to make this better, we're always open ears.
Jen just gave us a great product tip or a suggestion. She's like, I'm thinking about background images or background videos for landing pages, and how we could generate some nice video backgrounds as well. That's a great thought.
Yeah, 100%. On the there, so many times in my own process, like uplifting a page is just throwing a beautiful video background and loop it. Just instantly uplifts the look and feel of the page, right?
Yeah.
Something that we'll definitely
to to your point, Omar, that spoke directly to one of Denise's questions as well, which is, are the still images that are in the ad builder, are those AI generated? Which they are. But to your point, Omar, like when you create I've had this when I've been testing myself recently, like if you add a URL to your ad creation, like your website or whatnot, and we fetch a high quality image, one of those options when selecting which ad set you want to go with is usually an image from the website. And so if we're able to pull in one of those images and you want to choose that image, you can absolutely do that. And even if it doesn't pull in that image and you get in there and you're not super pleased with the image that's there, you can always manually edit the image that is represented in the app.
Exactly. Yeah. Especially in these final outputs. Obviously, video, this is a raw video, but in these specific designs, the layers are all available. You just simply have to click through and you can pick anything you want. I think if I go into the toolbar over here, we have layers, and this gets you even more control. If you dig deep enough into these layers, you will find the media as well. So here's the video media file, and there's a source for it. You can replace that with a URL, I believe. And I think we're going to make this, of course, easier, where we'll have a one-click pull back into your media library and then simply replace from there. But that's, yeah, that's where it is at the moment. So
one of the other questions that came up, let me just, not related to video, but I wanted to flag it. It was from Cheryl. Cheryl had asked, is there a place with trainings for how to switch up from classic to the AI format to the new Leadpages? Great. This is a great question. And I want to raise it here that while we've been talking about the migration wizard and import tool that's currently available, we are in the process of creating a new classic migration data project. So what our goal is with that is we'll probably be finished in about 2 to 3 weeks. We would like for you to be able to just log in and just see all of your data as if you were logging into classic Leadpages in the new platform. So rather than you having to import and decide on domains you're importing, etc., we'd like for you to be able to log in, see everything where it usually is, and then if you want to edit or make changes to the page, etc., at that point, when you're editing the page inside of the new Leadpages and you publish those changes, that's when things change over to the new platform. So I'm really excited about that improvement, because I know folks have wanted that process to be more streamlined. So it's on its way. You can absolutely continue to use the import tool from Classic in your account settings in the meantime, but know that is coming, and we want to make that easier for you.
That's a great point. Thanks for bringing that up. We are done with what we had planned for today, but we would love if anyone wants something they want to see. Let's see. Denise had a question. I'm just going to put it on there. All the old ones. Yeah. I'll let you take that, Eric.
Yeah, you can definitely from the import wizard. So if you've, I'll share my screen here. The The one thing that I would suggest, depending on the use case, depending on whether or not you've used if you haven't used the import tool yet, for classic users coming over, you can select pages that you want to import over, and you can go through that migration process. However, if you, like I say, we're working on a new solution that would essentially put all of your data that you have in Classic here inside of your new platform. But in the meantime, if you wanted to recreate a page, you could absolutely click Create Page, and you could prompt with that page's URL inside of the field. So I might say something like, I want you to recreate this page exactly as it is, and then paste the URL, and it will do its best to recreate that page. The other thing that I would suggest is you may want to see what the tool does to reimagine the page. There's a lot of improvements in sort of conversion first optimization that we have in the AI prompt. So the other option that you would have is to tell the agent to recreate the page, but to also improve the page based on its suggestions for how to get the highest conversion, how to get more leads, or whatever you're selling on the page, because the tool will actually improve the existing page that you have.
We have a couple more questions in there. I'm going to start with Jen. She said, any tips for using the AI tool within each page?
Yeah, my biggest suggestion, and I think we touched on this last time, but I love calling it out, is if you are in the editor and you are struggling with something, like if I wanted to change the formatting of this section, if I open up the agent, we have a screenshot tool. So you can screenshot either your entire viewport, so the entire page that's showing, or you can just screenshot a little region of the page. So if it's a small, minute thing that you want the agent to focus on, it's great to just click, drag, take that screenshot, and then that screenshot is included in your prompt. And then when you're prompting the agent to change something, it's taking in the context of that vision of that screenshot, and it really improves its ability to really know exactly what you're referencing. Otherwise, when you say something like change the green CTA to X or whatnot, it is going through the entire code of the page, and it's trying to assume the thing that you're talking about. And depending on how descriptive you are, et cetera, it might have a tough time. And so screenshotting is such a great way of showing it exactly what you want it to edit.
And then Cheryl had a couple questions. She wanted to know about tokens. It seems like she's running into a message where she's using all of them. And in those cases, we just recommend reaching out to support team so they can figure out what's going on there.
Yeah, definitely let us know. Like if you're running into issues with the agent taking too many tokens or credits, and and that's your blocker, we want to get you unblocked. We will work with you to make sure that you get unblocked. That's the last thing that we want, is for you to feel like the reason that you didn't move forward or that you couldn't complete the job or couldn't complete the work is because of token usage or token numbers. So let our support team know at support@leadpages.com, and they'll work with you to make sure you can keep moving forward.
And then her other question is if we offer any personal coaching or tutors. I would say that you're in the best place because the goal of this is to kind of showcase our new tool. I would also recommend also reaching out to the support team. They're also very, very helpful, as Eric mentioned. And replying back to any of those emails, they're from Michael, our CEO, and he does read all those emails. They go to him. He replies to them. So if you're running into anything, I definitely suggest reaching out. If there's anything specific too, I'm going to put the world's most simple form that just asks for feedback on this session, what you'd like to see for other sessions. So if there's anything specific you want us to showcase, or if it's something simple you want us to do right now, definitely recommend doing so. And everyone, I would suggest filling out the form.
Yeah,
we run these bi-weekly as well, so there's a lot of, I mean, it's so frequent for you to catch one of them to have, you know, to kind of address anything that you have in mind.
Yeah, happy to bring those along, and also to bring on other team members, you know, from our marketing team to our email strategy to our whatever it may be. Let us know what the pain point is that you're having, and we'll focus on it in one of these sessions.
And then Denise just had a nice comment about how these are very helpful. And so I'm glad.
I'll text Bob and let him know, Denise. Yeah, we definitely want to have this open forum to be that spot, and I think Omar probably heard it from Stacy and I that when this all started to come about of office hours, it was like, well, yeah, we used to do a lot of that stuff. So I'm glad that they were helpful then, and that it's helpful now.
100%.
Yeah, let us know. Really try out the optimized features if you're on one of those plans. Get in there, start to play around with A/B testing and smart traffic. You know, one of the tools that doesn't require that auto optimization is just simply smart traffic within our A/B testing. Smart traffic is us really diverting traffic based on who they are to the best variant. And so we are able to assess which is best if they're coming from mobile, or if they're coming from Facebook, or they're coming from Google, or or we happen to know that they live in the Pacific Northwest, or whatever it may be. The smart traffic within our A/B testing tool is strong. So get in there, test that out for us, and let us know what you think. You always have the option to also turn it off and have your split test run 50-50. But as you know, if you're running a 50-50 split test today in 2026 and just letting it run, you're really losing out on the opportunity to personalize and dynamically give your visitors something that's more impactful for them. And that's the biggest unlock with our optimized tooling is to make sure that the page that you're showing them is the most optimized for them, and not most optimized as in like my entire audience, but for that specific visitor. So we're really excited to keep pushing this forward, because that type of personalization, I think, is where we win.
All right, we'll stay on for a couple minutes, so feel free to add the questions in, but I really do recommend filling out that form just to let us know what you'd like to see in the future. And thank you again so much for joining, and I was really excited to see the video ads, a sneak peek, so hopefully all of you were too. But yeah, we'll stay on for just a minute or so, and if you have questions, add them in the chat.
We've got to add Oscar Award acceptance speech playoff music.
Oh yeah, I do. I wonder if we, let's see. There's some music in here. Let's see what we have in here. I know I use the lo-fi for, oh gosh, I don't,
Media.
I'm scared to click any of these. This is like, oh, acoustic cinematic.
Wow.
It's quite relaxing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good way to end it with some nice music.
I suppose so.
Is anyone watching soccer? Just getting into a very different topic. Or football. I suppose the rest of the world calls it football.
Of course.
Right. Yeah, it is called football. I have to put my foot down on that. It is. It's not called soccer.
Yeah, I think we got it wrong there.
Yes.
Well, to be fair, I heard historically we taught you that it was soccer. I don't know why. Like the Europeans came and said it was soccer.
Oh.
Maybe to differentiate it from football, from American football.
Or a joke to make us look dumb. Just like, let's all tell them it's soccer, and then we can rag on them later.
Yeah, I just wish it was a bit earlier. It's just all of it's just at least my time. I'm sure it's not for you.
For you, yeah.
It's
Certainly.
way too late, so
Yeah.
I didn't catch. But England won Mexico, so that was cool. Sorry, Mexico.
Yeah, it's sad. All the teams. I was rooting for. I mean, rooting for all the teams, but Mexico and the U.S. and but
Yeah,
I don't know who to cheer for next.
I've got a split home. I'm Spain first because that's like my home country, and then the kids and my wife are all England, so they're British, so they lean British. So we'll see if it comes to it. You know, there's Spain versus England, then it'll be fun.
Cool.
Okay, well,
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everyone. See you
Bye.
next time.
Bye.